to another SH Figuarts review. We're doing a double review here because both these figures released on the same date and they also look very similar and have a lot of similar features. I'll also be getting the other two figures that come later. This is Leonardo and Donatello, and of course Michelangelo and Raphael will be coming out soon. And the Shredder has already been teased and showcased at showrooms and toy showrooms. So I think Shredder comes out sometime in 2017. I can't wait for that because that'll be one of the first good action figures based on the classic cartoon Ninja Turtles. And it'll be the only, but to be honest, the only good one. So here we are. These are both Tamashii Web exclusives, and no doubt that the Shredder will also be a Tamashii Web exclusive. So both these do come in the sort of cardboard packaging, and so there you go. Enough of that. The actual packagings themselves do look pretty nice as well. They have the whole sewer brick design, both of them do. They have pretty much the exact same box art, just one purple, one blue. And of course you got the two turtles posing slightly differently from each other. But you can see for the most part they have a very similar tray inside and similar shapes and sizes. And yeah, it's got Nickelodeon in the corner there. It has Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo. They're using the modern Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo there and not the original from the cartoon. However, these figures are definitely based on the first run of the cartoons. And since this release is definitely aiming at the international audiences, the box would definitely have more English compared to the usual SH Figuarts outings. And they've also changed the text a little bit. SH Figuarts is a new standard figure series that uses the art style of Bandai action figures to successfully pursue character expression through humanoid action. So they've got the basic tagline as usual SH Figuarts have, but they've altered it just a little bit. And of course they still say it's new. It's not. It's been quite a few years actually, so it's not new anymore. So just opening top of the box there, you got the names on the top there, and the same font you can see in front of the box. And of course the steel brick design continues. And on the bottom there, which is quite nice, you got the cartoony looks, which does seem a little bit goofier than how they should be maybe. Donatello's eyes look a little bit too alien, too egg shape. Leo looks a bit better, but they definitely look less goofy than the Playmates figure line. And inside the box there you get the Leonardo and Donatello taglines again with the picture carrying on from the front. And on this side you get that same picture just in a smaller scale. So you get to see all of them. If you do want to take a close look at the box art, instruction sheets, as well as photo shoot of the figures, please feel free to head over to the Facebook or Flickr link in the video description below. And here's a quick look at the back, showing certain features and certain poses that you can do, certain accessories, and of course, advertising the other two turtles that will be out soon. So yeah, dynamic posing, superior sculpt, optional parts, and collectability. Sure. Just gonna see if there's any other good English on here. Viacom Overseas Holdings, blah blah blah, 2016, Nickelodeon, made in China, blah blah blah. And also here's a website, nick-asia.com/TMNT. So they're actually showing these in Asia anywhere? Right there at the bottom of the website, because they're definitely not really selling any Ninja Turtle merchandise in Hong Kong, which is actually quite annoying. I can't really get Ninja Turtles Mega Bloks in Hong Kong. That's really, really annoying. So open these up so you can see what you get inside. Pull the tray out. Donnie here has a purple backing card. Makes sense because that's his color. And yeah, apparently these do have Asian survey cards in the back. Both of these do. So fill in that survey, you might get a chance to win something. And of course you have the instruction sheets inside. You have a really blank faced turtle there. That's kind of funny. And here's a quick look at Leonardo's instruction sheets, and after a quick read I could not find any funny or bad Chinglish, so damn, they've improved their English in the instruction sheets. And of course, now we come over to open these up. As always with the more modern SH Figuarts releases, the top tray doesn't come down, plastic is just opened on top like this, so that opened pretty well. And with Leo, that also opens pretty well. So apart from the fist already on both figures, they have the same kind of hands. They have their item holding hands, more relaxed open hands, and really open hands. So they got those going on. So yeah, they have pretty much the exact same mode. In fact, both figures have almost the exact same mode. molds. Of course, the colors are a little bit different in terms of their bandanas, eye mask pieces, and the little protection things on their shins and elbows and stuff. Both of them have an extra head, which is protected in plastic wrap right there. They have their sort of generic, not really expressive faces. And Leo has a attacking, angrier face, and Donatello has a sort of like a Eureka kind of happy face. And and that fell out. Yeah, Donatello has a pizza piece, whereas Leo has a sissy sewer. Donatello has his staff, and Leo has his 2 katanas, which of course painted. And both of them have that little backpack piece here, which you can swap with the back of the body. And these alternate pieces, you can see here the 2 sort of holders there, whereas Don has a single holder there. These back sort of belt pieces are used to hold their weapons if you want to store them on their backs. By default, it's just a flat piece on the back of their bodies. And yep, so take a close look at some of the accessories. If I just get this plate here, this City Sewer plate, oops. Kind of feels like a chip you get in a sort of a cheapish sort of poker set, one of those like casino chips. It has that feel. If I just tick it, you can hear the plastic. I mean, it's printed okay. It's City Sewer in reverse. It's printed alright. Looks like a sewer piece. It's a little bit small for them, so they can't really fit through this. So a little bit pointless maybe. A bigger piece would be nice. And the katanas here, I'll just get one of these. It's hard plastic, and yeah, the pointy bit is quite sharp, so do be careful. But it is actually quite thick. I don't know if you can see that, but it's quite a thick piece of plastic, so it shouldn't be too easy to break. So that should be okay. Just be a little bit careful with the pointy side. It's quite sharp. There goes the box is falling down. Here's the pizza piece. It's well, the molding's alright, but it's seriously lacking in detail. I get it, maybe they're going for the cartoony look. They have bothered to paint more of a bread-ish color underneath. But, I don't know, I do wish this piece was painted just a little bit more realistic, just a little bit more color. This is just a bit too flat for me personally. As for Donatello's staff, again, it's completely hard plastic. It's a single color piece. Again, would have been nice if they had a little bit of a painted detail on it, but this is what we've got. Since both figures are almost identical, I'm going to go through the articulation and some of the little details there are when getting this first time out of the package. You can see Donatello's head is wrapped around some protective plastic sheet, so just remove that. That'd be fine. So I've just got some little bit of adhesive to it, a little bit sticky. Remove that, protects it. You can see some on his arms too, so just pull that out. Should be able to pull all of it out quite easily. Come on, come out. There we go. Same for the back. Come out. Any more plastic sheets? No, that's it. And then you can probably hear some of the sounds right now. That's not quite plasticky, and that's because this thing here, the logo there on the belt, that's metal. And anything, this lower leg here and the feet are also die-cast metal, which makes them a lot easier to stand without falling over. Thank God, because, you know, let's be honest, these turtles are kind of top heavy, got due to the shell, so it's really good for them to have die-cast bits to make sure they don't fall over all the time. And it's been a while since we've seen die-cast metal in a SH Figuarts, so it's nice for them to have a return. And even though it's die-cast metal, you can look at them and see that you can't really tell the difference between the plastic and the metal. It looks almost identical. Anyway, that's good, so I'm going to put Leo back there. Aside from the die-cast metal, other interesting bits include this front shell piece in completely rubber, so you can do a sexy review. And you can see underneath it, there is actually separate joints going on. The torso joint thing going on, so there is a little bit of articulation, but you can't really notice it too much. But it definitely helps when you're moving and trying to pose the figure. Where you don't see it too much is definitely helpful. This belt strap here is also made out of softish material. You can see the back shell kind of moving along with it. See, it does move a little bit. So it's good that it has these little gives so you can pose the figure a lot easier. And just go look at the back there, you can see little cut lines there, but almost look like it's part of the belt design, so that's cool. So just remove that. Just a little gap at the bottom of it. Put your fingernail in there and plug in the other piece, so you can hold the staff if you want to. So I'm just going to plug that in. because I do want to, and I do prefer having this piece on the back. And for me personally, I'm probably not going to use this piece ever again, for the most part. So I'm going to keep that in there. You can see it, matches and fits. It's good. So, and oh yeah, and these back pieces here, yeah, they're pretty stuck on. They're not really going to move too much. So, sad times. So, articulation. Okay, focus a bit more on this. There we go. Articulation got a double neck joint thing going on, so you can look quite a bit down. That's pretty cool. Quite a bit up. That's pretty cool too. Sideways, sideways, full rotation. Ooh. And of course, you got the shoulder pieces going on, and they do pop out, so you can move their arms forward. That's good. And of course, since these shells are rubbery, they can do a lot of articulation there. It doesn't get in the way. Double sort of shoulder joints, up, full rotation here, double elbow joints, and these, their actual design covers up these joints quite well, so that's cool. And fists, of course, are on a little ball peg that's on a swiveling joint. Of course, we've got the torso, and now, oh, well, whoops, metal joint in there. Come on, get back in there. Now, yeah, even though they did bother to put joints in the torso, they can't really bend too much, and that's understandable because you don't really see them bend too much in the show either, so that's okay. But there is just a little bit of bend there, and so our leg goes down, leg goes up a little bit, so you got the double joints just a little bit, it's very tight. Leg goes up, leg goes down, leg goes forward, leg goes back. A little bit of rotation there. Does seem to go full rotation, but I'm not going to risk it because these figures are quite expensive. And a double knee joint, which is quite tight due to the lower leg being metal. Oh, I feel like it has a click going on, but then it's just me. And toe goes down, toe goes up. Foot goes down, and foot goes up. I mean, toe does go down and go up. Tippy toes. But yeah, the toes do move together, don't move individually. And leg goes sideways, sideways. Feels like I'm going to break this, but it's not. It actually can move, so oh well. These figures are great, and I definitely look forward to the other figures. My favorite turtle is Michelangelo. I can't wait for that figure, and I can't wait to finally have a really good Shredder figure at this scale. These are really awesome. And in terms of quality and stuff, yeah, these figures are very expensive, but after playing around with them, I kind of get why. Yes, all the turtles mostly use the same molds and joints, but there's a lot of metal here, and because of the shape and size of the turtles, they're a lot chunkier, a lot bigger, so it kind of makes sense why they cost a little bit more than some of the other figures. With some shops selling these for over 500, it is a bit of a tough pill to sell, especially if they're already 500 in Hong Kong. I can't imagine how much these will cost overseas, especially plus the postage fees, because these figures are definitely quite heavy due to the amount of metal that they have in these figures. Again, the lower legs and feet and the little logo on their belts, those are all die-cast metal. And you saw that I popped open the inside joints, and you can see due to it being a bulkier figure, they had to use metal ball pegs to make sure it doesn't break, because they use plastic, and it's a lot easier to break due to the size of the bodies and the twisting and the turning. So I can understand the price of these, and for the sake of Western collectors, I really hope Bluefin does distribute them overseas, so hopefully you can get them for a decent enough price. And also imagine these figures are some of the reasons why the Playmate figures aren't continuing, either due to poor sales or these figures being released, because after Bebop, Rocksteady and the original 4 Turtles, as well as recoloring of the original 4 Turtles with slightly movie variants from the 1989 movie colors, they discontinued the line, and I can see why, because these figures are indeed better and probably more aimed at collectors than those figures. So comparing these to the Playmates figures, these figures are going to be a little bit smaller because these are more aimed towards a Japanese 1/12 scale, which is a little bit to the American 1/12 scale. And of course, those figures are also a lot cheaper. However, these figures are far more articulated, and the joints are far more hidden than the Playmates figures. And of course, the details and stuff, while they use the same bodies and so on, the head sculpts are definitely different. The accessories are also, I don't know, they both have their pluses, but overall I do prefer SH Figuarts over Playmates figures, because I definitely know these have better joints, better articulation, and better all over visual and attention to detail. And like I said, the whole chest joint is definitely covered, whereas the Playmates one is a huge gap on the chest there for them to do the articulation, as well as screw sort of plastic holes on the side of the arms and the legs, which is quite a big distraction. That's why I really like, one of the reasons why I really like SH Figuarts is they know how to really hide the joints a lot better than a lot of the American figures. That's not to say that at no problems at all of these figures. For example, there's a few tiny little plastic marks here and there, but that's to be expected with a lot of these things. The overall quality control is pretty good. The figures are very secure, feel very solid. I don't feel like I'll be breaking them by posing them around. That's not to say these figures don't have some limitation in terms of posing due to the shape of them. And also, one of the biggest issues I do have with these figures is the top of the heads, the little eye bandana thingies, or the eye mask pieces. They are different plastic, and between the green plastic and the headband plastic, there's a definite gap going on there, a little bit of a rough plastic edge going on there. But the upside to that, as a side effect, is that the eyes are also separate plastic and definitely feel like eyeballs that feel like they're popping in a good way. They definitely feel like eyeballs because there's definitely a gap between the eyeballs and the little head masks that they wear. So that does look very good. Again, these figures aren't perfect, but they are the best Ninja Turtles figures you can get at this scale based on the old cartoons. When Revoltech announced that they got the license to do the Nickelodeon cartoon series Turtles, I was like, I really like those Turtles, but I really don't like Revoltech joints and the way they do their figures. So as an upside, I am very happy that SH Figuarts stepped up and managed to get the license to the classic cartoon Turtles. I can't wait for the other ones. It is a tough pill to swallow, especially most fans will want to get all 4 Turtles plus Shredder because all Turtle fans will want to do that. So it is quite expensive to get, but these are definitely very high quality figures. If you really can't afford it overseas, the Playmate ones are okay, but if you can, do save up, and I do highly recommend these figures if you are classic Turtle fans. Now, if SH Figuarts do decide to announce that they pick up the 89 movie Turtles, which is my favorite version of Ninja Turtles of all time, although Michelangelo in the new series is so close to being one of my favorites, I would just go crazy. I really want good quality 1989 movie Turtles, and the Playmates line it's just repaint of the cartoony one, so it's a cheat. It doesn't really count, doesn't look like the movie Turtles, and it can go sort of. So I look forward to the other Turtles. I hope they release movie Turtles, and I'm repeating myself, so Turtle Power, and of course Cowabunga and stuff. So if you found this video useful or enjoyed it, please consider clicking the like button, subscribe button, and telling me how you feel about these figures. As for the Playmates line, it is a shame it's not continuing anymore, and I do hope these figures get sold off to the West and you can easily get hold of these, and hopefully they continue this line and it does well, because, well, Playmates isn't doing it anymore, and these are really nice figures. I hope at least release a Krang figure or Bebop Rocksteady in this line. That'd be great. If they do release a Repo, that'd be great too. And I guess one final nitpick is I do wish these characters would come with maybe Tamashii stage acts with little standing bases or more accessories. That'd be great.